of commerce mixer that she ran into a gentleman who started telling her about these products that have been changing people's lives. And Linda was on 3 medications at the time. She certainly didn't think nutrition was going to make a difference. And she made I think it was more like a mercy buy from this gentleman, just to, you know, help build a business relationship. And she fortunately took that product. Instead of just putting it on her sink and forgetting about it, she actually took the product and actually started feeling results, started feeling better taking the Relive product. And of course, at the time, there was only 3 products, so there wasn't a lot of choices, but just the basic nutrition was able to really help kind of quell some of the issues she was having digestively. So she thought there might be something to this, and she actually went back to the guy and got more product and shared it with parents who had some age-related issues, a girlfriend that had migraine issues. Everybody got results. Everybody got benefit from taking these products. So she took a leap and she went back to the guy and wanted to know more about the company. What is this company? And obviously they've got something going here. And he invited her to, at that time, it was a Tuesday night opportunity meeting. And she thought, sure, this is crazy. I'm so busy right now. I don't have time for this. But I'm going to go anyway and just hear about the company. And as she listened to the presentation, she heard some great stories. People, even way back in the very beginning, getting great results and having their lives changed for the better. But as she listened to the financial side, the compensation plan, there was something that really grabbed her attention. It was that residual income, that ability to build override income that was going to pay her for the work that she had done. If she would do it, up front, she would be paid for years in the future. That really grabbed her attention because in her business, you're only as good as your next client, so to speak. So she learned more about the company. She did her due diligence on the company and decided that this is something that she really wanted to be a part of. And she jumped in. She actually became a distributor while still owning her other business and put some effort into it and saw results as far as introducing people to this company. So much so that she made a decision to actually sell her portion of that business to her partner and leave that business behind and jump both feet into Relive. And in doing that, she took the business very seriously. She took this company and this business opportunity as a serious business opportunity, and she worked it hard. And in 18 months, she hit presidential director. She had been able to replace the income that she was making from her ad agency and build a new business income through Relive. Well, I met Linda when she was 7 years into the company, and she had come up to Northern California where I lived and was working with a family friend of hers, a gentleman who was my neighbor, and helping him get started. He had retired. He'd gone through his retirement income. He was wondering what he was going to do to support himself. And he had called on Linda and said, hey, you told me about this business. Can you come up and help me? And for a year, I watched them come and go, all dressed up every night, looking great, thinking he's on a date with this beautiful woman, and only to find out they were going out on appointments. They were talking to people about Relive and building a business. Well, that gentleman now is a silver presidential ambassador. He built a great income for himself, and later became married again, and so it was for his family. And Relive really jumped in and not only saved his retirement, but also saved his home, especially during the economic downturn of 2008. He was in pressure at that time, and Relive income saved him. Well, Linda and I have been married now for 22 years, and I came out of the technology industry. I worked for Bank of America. I ran a division of their desktop technology, systems engineering. And I was doing well. I was an executive with the company. When I met Linda, I thought I was doing really, really well, but my income wasn't much more than her income. I had 20 years with that company, and she had 7 with Relive, and we were pretty close already. But folks, this is where I learned the difference between being an employee and being an entrepreneur. because no matter how high I climbed that corporate ladder, someone was always going to have control over my income, over my compensation. Shortly after we got married, Linda put her foot down on the gas pedal and took off, and she doubled her income. And only a few years after that, she doubled it again, creating an amazing income with this Relive business. So much so that when I hit 55 years of age and 30 years with that company, I could retire. It was perfect timing. It was, my job was changing. We hit 2008, 2009. I was that employer who was laying people off. I was the guy rolling back salary, rolling back opportunity, rolling back training opportunities and promotional opportunities. I was that guy, and I didn't want to be that guy. And Linda offered me an opportunity to join her in this business and be a partner with her. And after I retired, I continued to consider that, but I thought about going back into technology and doing some consulting. And she said, well, the other thing is I want to travel. She goes, I have freedom in my business with Relive. I have freedom to conduct my life as I choose. Now you could go back into an office for 12, 14 hours a day, but I'm going to travel. So I'm going to do it with or without you. Well, that sealed the deal, folks. I joined Linda in her business, became a partner, and I had one caveat. And the one caveat was I have been around this business for years. I've gone to conferences, I've met the people, I know the products, I take the products. The one thing I have never done is I've never shared these products with anybody else. So you're going to have to mentor me. You're going to have to teach me, because there's a huge difference between knowing the company and knowing how to do this as a business. And that's what trainings are all about. It's about learning how to do this business properly in a way that will help you be successful, and having the mentorship around you, the people that you can rely on that will support you to help you be successful. This is not a here, watch this video and go out and be successful kind of business. This is a business where you have great people around you who really have a vested interest in your success. They want you to be successful. And by helping you be successful, they themselves become successful. So that is really kind of the story of Relive from my perspective, and how it's worked for us. We have an amazing life. We have been able to travel the world on our own and with Relive. It's just been an amazing journey. And I hope you're experiencing the same. And if not, I hope you have that opportunity in the future as you continue to grow your Relive business. Now, this morning, I'm going to do a little different kind of training. We have pretty much veterans on the training this morning. You know the compensation plan, you know the XR, you know these things inside and out, and we do this every week. This morning, I want to go through just a little different training, and I want to talk about the philosophy of doing business, because I think what happens so often when people do enter this business, it's not about getting the wrong training or being exposed in the wrong way. I think I actually put success on the person themselves. There's a responsibility, there's a level that people have to step up to in order to be successful. It doesn't just happen by accident. And I think so much of it has to do with the philosophy of building a business. When I mentioned to you that Linda left the business that she owned and she joined Relive, she did it with intention. She did it with a fervor that it wasn't casual. It wasn't something she did on the sidelines. It wasn't a hobby. She took it as a serious business. And those are the people you see become successful at Relive, the people who actually see the value of what they have. But part of it too is also the philosophy you have in building a business. So I'm going to stop talking about it, kind of get right into it here. It's something I call the slight edge mindset. That edge where what sets you apart? What is that extra little thing you have that sets you apart among your peers when it comes to being successful? So The magic of the slide edge. Let me talk about this. There is no cure. There's no breakthrough. There's no magic bullet that will create a solution that will allow us to build business. If you think about it, I mean, maybe you did this early on in your career. You looked up to a successful person, somebody who was already successful at Relive, and said, what is it you say? What is it what's the magic of your business? Where do you go to find the right people? There isn't one. There is no magic bullet. There's no perfect phrase you're going to say and people are going to just come rushing into your business. There just isn't. The answer really to building a business successfully is to move forward. It is the same one that holds you back, and that is doing the power of daily actions over time. Just basically being consistent and doing things repetitively, doing the right things repetitively over and over. To accomplish anything worth accomplishing, to create success, to achieve your dreams, you don't have to do the impossible. You don't have to do the extraordinary or superhuman things, but you do have to do something. And I think this is another thing that kind of dooms people when they join us in business, is that they come in with great intentions and they don't do anything. They put it on the back shelf. They order a master affiliate order. They go on vacation. The excitement's gone when they get back, and they're looking at a pile of product, and they don't move forward. And there are some that do, but there's so many who they don't have that thing that moves them forward and has them take action every day. So what allows you to take that action? I think it begins with kind of your philosophy. The only reliable, consistent way to control your attitude that controls your actions, which controls your results, is to control your thoughts. Have the right thought pattern. The source of your thoughts is really your philosophy. What is your philosophy? It is the foundation upon which you build your life. In all aspects of your life, you have a philosophy. You have those guiding principles that allow you to achieve in different areas. And so it's not just business, it's all aspects of our life. It's our philosophy that guides us. There is nothing more fundamental or essential in our life if you boil it down to that. So the slide edge principles, and there's 7 of these principles, I think, form the core philosophy to do small things consistently over time, incremental improvements that will have a cumulative effect on your business or any aspect that you employ them into your life. And these actions can be summed up in 7 principles. So let me go through them. And the first one is easy. It's show up. Yeah, nothing happens until you show up, period. So meetings, trainings, events, home parties, conferences, 3-way calls, all the opportunities for us to plug into our source of strength and affirmation and synergy, you need to take advantage of those and show up and be there, be part of that. It's part of doing this business successfully. Before you can do anything in business or any business, in this business or any business, you must show up and be present. You can't do this, by telepathy. You got to be there. You got to be part of the action. You have to be the action. This is a core principle because nothing begins until you show up, in life or in business. Opportunities presentations are where you show your prospects the big picture of Relive. And we do opportunity presentations in all kinds of ways. You make it real easy, and they can become real simple. They don't have to be long, drawn out things, but you use those as a way of showing your Relive prospect, the big picture of Relive. Trainings are where you learn knowledge. When you come to these trainings, this is learned knowledge. This is where you hear from others, and they teach you different aspects, and that all these little nuggets that you put together and create kind of an action plan of how you're going to move forward. 3-way calls, one-on-ones, 2-on-1 meetings. This is where you acquire the practical knowledge. So now you're actually doing it. Now you're not just learning about it. You're actually going out and putting it into practice, and you're doing the practical knowledge. And learned knowledge and practical knowledge really form a cycle of experience. You would never attend just one training and believe that you know it all. And you would never go out on one customer meeting and go, I got this, I know how to do this. It forms a cycle, because when you do the practical knowledge, you actually go out in the field and you're talking to people, you're doing three-way calls with your upline, or you're sitting down, you're doing a presentation with someone, and then you go back to training, into a training environment, and you start hearing things differently. You start understanding the things that were taught. Now you kind of relate them to things that you actually did, and you start building on that experience. So it actually forms a great cycle of learned knowledge and practical knowledge. And I always recommend to people, keep learning throughout your entire career, through life. Always be learning and growing. The second principle is be consistent. I like this from Peter Sang, from the fifth principle. You may have, it's a great book, a business philosophy book. The optimal rate of growth is always served best by a step-by-step approach of constant, never-ending improvement, which lays a solid foundation upon which and build upon over and over. And it really is that simple. It's just a matter of, and this is where your learned knowledge and practical knowledge really comes into play. You're just constantly building this never-ending improvement in yourself and in your business. So being consistent, showing up as a starter, but it's consistency that builds a powerful duo. The key to success in business comes from doing small things consistently. And you're going to hear me say this consistently through this program, because that is a larger key than we give it credit for. And that is consistently doing the right things over and over. Practice makes perfect. If this were a job, you would be expected to show up and perform consistently. Should you expect the same from yourself when you're the boss? And I've talked to so many people, they've left the traditional business and they've decided they're building a Relive business, and then they don't show up. Now, when they were working for an employer, they would always be at their desk or at their position or whatever it was they did. They would be there consistently because they had to be there, because the boss expected them to be there. When we're our own boss, what gets us out of bed and gets us going every morning into our business? It's up to us. The third principle, have a good attitude. And this is one I really love about Relive people. Actually, I think we actually excel in this area, having a good attitude. We've all heard of those who brighten a room with positive attitude and those who suck the life out of the same room. What do you do? I've heard, Bob made this analogy so many times from the stage. He'll talk about, the person who walks the room and, just dims the room because of their presence. Well, what do we do when we walk into a meeting? We walk into an opportunity situation. We sit down with a prospect. Do we bring the energy? Do we bring the life? Do we bring the great attitude? People want to be part of something fun. They want to be part of something that has positive attitude around it. And I think it's one of the things we do really well here at Relive. I will tell you, from the very first meeting I had with Relive people, and it was a conference, by the way, when Linda and I were dating, she didn't take me to a Tuesday night meeting or a Saturday training. And I didn't really even talk to her so much about what she did. My first real exposure to Relive came at a conference. They had a conference in Nashville that year at the Opryland Hotel. And she said, I want you to come with me. I want you to come see my company in a big way, so big I can't explain it to you. You need to see it. That's all she needed to say. And of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, Linda and I are going to go on our first vacation together. And, this will be fun. The reality was I spent almost every minute during that conference, either in a breakout session and the general session, learning about this company, because it grabbed my attention on the very first night, on the opening night. So when I tell people, or people ask me, should I go to a conference? Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a power, there's an energy there that really paints a huge picture. And I don't care how many people are in the room. The reality is, when I saw it, there was probably close to 6,000 people in the room. But I'll tell you what, if there's 500 positive Relive people in the room in St. Louis, and I know there'll be more than that, but I'm just using that as an example. If there were that many positive people in the room, I'm going to be so happy that I'm there, because I love being around those people. So those with a good attitude, with a positive outlook on life, are shown to live longer, happier, and have more productive lives. And I think that's true. I think, when you have friends, when you have that positive energy, when you have happy people around you, you just, I think you live a happier life. So know that there are those who will try to discourage you. Who in this business hasn't had that happen? Whether it be through their nose, or saying no to you, or even worse, saying, what are you doing? You're part of a network marketing company, really? The people will try to bring you down. But know that you will not always hear yes from people, and that you thought surely would be open to the offer. Those are the ones that hurt the most, when you go to a family member or a friend and they don't say yes, they say no to you. But know that people will gossip, and they're going to complain, and they're even going to speak ill of your business. And every one of us on this training, I'm sure, have felt that along the way. And it's discouraging, it's tough. But if you have a great attitude, you can rise above that. And it's like, next, let's move on to the next person, until you find that person that goes, yeah, I want what you have. Know that people with a positive attitude who show up and are consistent will prevail. I believe that. It's just perseverance. So what comes first, happiness or success? If we are positive, our brains are more alert and engaged, free to create, which leads to more productivity. Happiness and optimism actually fuel performance and achievement, giving us the competitive edge I call the happiness advantage. And this is from Sean Achor, from the Happiness Advantage, another great business book. Maybe many of you have already read this, but again, it's a great philosophy. That joy you have in what you're doing, the joy that you share with others, actually helps build on your own performance and achievement, versus having that kind of Debbie Downer, kind of, slug attitude. Not a lot of good comes out of that. So having that great positive attitude will actually fuel better performance and results. This is another principle that I think is so important. Be committed for a long period of time. Our business is not a get rich quick business. Most businesses aren't. Most legitimate businesses aren't. It is a business that is built over time, and it takes time to build it up. And you may not see success right away. And it's having that great attitude and being consistent and showing up time after time that eventually leads to seeing that success. And of course, success is what it is, what you want it to be. It's your version of success may be different than mine. But again, you see that build over time. It does not come at the beginning. Once successful people find something that works, they repeat that action over and over again with a good attitude over a long period of time until they're successful. It just takes time. A business doesn't throw its doors open to the public and all of a sudden they're hugely successful. It takes time. And if they do see success early on, the likelihood is if they continue to do what they're doing, it'll grow into a very successful business. So be committed for a long period of time. It takes time to develop a belief system. We talk about that a lot at Relive, is building that wall of belief. Because again, all those negative messages that are coming at you, you want to be able to repel that, and you repel that with that wall of belief that you have in what I'm doing is the right thing. I believe in these products. I believe in this company. I believe in the business that I've created. And despite all those things, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. By committing to these things that are manageable to implement every day, you greatly increase your chance of success. So again, keeping that great attitude, showing up, you will, this is a great question you need to ask yourself actually at any given time. And I'll even share this. I don't know how many times Linda would tell me over the years that she was doing this business without me. She goes, "Oh, I feel like quitting today." And if you were to ask her, she would tell you that she probably, said she wanted to quit this business 1,000 times because somebody said something to her or something she thought would come through didn't. And that person who they just knew was going to go master affiliate made a decision not to. And it was disappointing. All these disappointments that come along. And it's hard sometimes. So you need to ask yourself the question, will you be here a year from now? Will you stick with it? Do you have what it takes to be committed for a long period of time to make this work? And everybody's heard of this, the fairy tale or this story that is told over again, of the hare and the tortoise. Slow and steady won the race. Deliberate and consistent create success. Another principle that I think is extremely vital in being successful in business and in life, again, is having faith and a burning desire. According to Napoleon Hill, and again, I know many of you have probably read his books and Think and Grow Rich. Of the 500 most successful people he interviewed, the number one commonality among them was faith along with a burning desire. And if you boil it down this way, desire is what gets you up early and keeps you up late, keeps you in the game. Faith is what keeps you moving forward when adversity hits. So having the desire in this business to be successful and to move forward, what are you thinking? What are you thinking when your feet hit the floor in the morning? Do you have the right attitude? Do you have the consistency to jump in and get started? Staying up late, making it work. I remember Linda with close of month as an example. Last day of the month, man, you didn't bother her. The door was closed to the office. She was in there all day long, taking calls from downline, helping move people, getting that last bit of business in, all the way to closing time. And as we built in Hawaii, it just became even more important. They were running behind us time wise. We really needed to get the action done over there even earlier. It was just it was what drove her right to the last minute. Don't quit. And then as soon as that was done, it's the start of a new month. Let's get going again. Be willing to pay the price. So this is another principle that I think is somewhat hard for people. And because they want things easy, they want things to come easy. And most people, when they think about Relive or they think about this business, they don't think about the price one pays. It's like, well, I'll do it when I do it, and this, that, and the other. And I don't really have to invest much into it. I don't have to invest much of my time or treasure or anything else to do this business. It's supposed to be a simple business. The price of neglect is more costly than the price of commitment. Not doing this business consistently, showing up and doing it over a long period of time will wear on your success. Investing in your future now, the expense, the time, the effort, the ups and downs, allows you to have a better life later. We talk about this a lot in the financial side. The earlier you start investing, the earlier you start putting money aside, the better your life is going to be when you retire. The earlier you start, the more it compounds, it builds on itself, and you have a better financial outcome when you retire. Investing in your business is no different. Investing early in your business and often and building on it compounds the success over time. And neglecting that and not doing that also has an effect on the outcome. Either you let go where you are and you get to where you want to be, or you hang on to where you are and give up where you could be. And we hear again Bob say this from the stage at our conferences when he talks about that $20 bill that's across the stage, or $100 bill across the stage, and you keep clinging to a $10 bill in your hand and you don't want to let go of it in order to walk over and pick up the $100 bill. We grasp onto what we have and we're afraid to risk. We're afraid to invest the things it takes to go pick up the other and be more successful, move our business forward. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. So sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone. We need to step out of that and do the uncomfortable things sometimes in order to be successful. This is another principle I think that is so vital in our business. It's practice integrity. Integrity is doing the little things daily that you need to do to be successful, even when no one is watching. It's always really good, we show up and we do things when other people are around, and so they can see what we're doing. Integrity really is those things we do when other people aren't watching, because we know we need to do them. We know that they are the right things to do. Integrity is doing the thing you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it has left you. It's keeping your commitments. It's doing what you said you're going to do and following through. Compromising on integrity, not doing the little things consistently when no one is looking, only hurts one person who should count the most, and that's you. See, I truly believe in building a business with integrity, conducting your life with integrity, honesty, building trust. And I think those are the kind of things that those simple things that again, have people gravitate to you, want to be with you, want to be part of what you're doing because they respect the person you are. And I think we can all practice integrity, and I think it all brings value to our business and life. Making the choice to make the choice. The right and wrong choices you make at any single moment will have little or no impact on how your day goes, nor tomorrow or the next day. But it's those same undramatic, seemingly insignificant actions, when compounded over time, will dramatically affect how your life turns out. So again, it's those little things that we don't do, or the little things we do over time, will have a big effect. They may not change your day that day, or even the success of your business that particular day. But if you consistently do the wrong things, it will lead your business down the wrong direction, or life. In the same way, if you're doing the right things consistently over time, they'll build your business in your life in the correct direction. Let's talk about being productive. Being productive and being busy are not necessarily the same thing. Doing things won't create your success. Doing the right things will. And Linda was always talked about this, and I certainly talked about it in my business, where people did busy things. They seemed to always be busy, but were they doing the right things? Were they moving business forward? Were they doing the things that were going to create income? Were they, there's a big thing about, man, I have the most organized office, of anyone I know. My office is spotless. I have to say my office was always a mess, and I'm a pretty organized kind of, little retentive kind of guy. But part of it was because I always had things going. And so it wasn't the cleanliness of my office that mattered. It was the activity I was doing to help build income, help build a business, working with other people, those kind of things to help move business forward. Those are the things that mattered. If you're doing the wrong things, doing more of them won't increase the odds of success. It will only allow you to fail faster. So ask yourself, were those actions productive? So when you do something, think about it, just kind of ask your own question. Did that help move my business forward? Did that help get me a new customer, a new distributor. All your activities should really be geared toward moving your business forward. Results come last. I mean, this is a hard one for a lot of people who come into our business. They want to see results right away. They've just made an investment. It's, I'm oh gosh, what's that movie, the Tom Cruise movie, where he's a sports agent. I know everybody on, I know you're all muted right now, and everybody's saying what it is right now, but I have mental block on it. But he brings in a client. What does a client say? Show me the money. Show me the money. How many of you had a new distributor come in, a new master affiliate, and it's like, okay, show me the money. When do the checks start coming in? Well, here's an interesting thing in our business. All this activity we do early on, again, compounding over time, the road is the same. Success and failure follow the same road. You're not sure whether you're up or down for a period of time in this business. You're moving along and you're going, when am I going to see the results here? I keep trying to build. I'm bringing new people in, and some are falling off and new ones are coming in, and I'm building this business, but I'm not really seeing it. And this is where the other principle, the are you committed for a long period of time, comes in. Because on that road of success and failure that follow the same path, it's following that same path. At some point, there's an inflection point where all of a sudden things start moving upward or they start moving downward. Your business begins to fail. So being committed for a long period of time, doing the right things, is going to provide you that deflection point that all of a sudden your business starts taking off. It starts growing. It starts creating a life of its own. It has an energy of its own, and you start seeing that movement upward as your checks start growing. And it's hard to see sometimes in the beginning because, again, you're just kind of following that same path, and you're not sure whether you're up or down. Success and failure often follow the same path, as it says. Here. So results come last. Not doing these things on any given day will not lead to failure, no more than doing them on any given day will lead to success. It is the consistency of doing these things, little things over and over and over again, that leads to success. So being confident that that's going to happen. I do this one here. I think this is something that we need to remind ourselves about a little bit. High tech versus high touch. Remember, you are the messenger. You're not the message. Okay? Relive is the message. Don't be an expert. I think many people kind of failed at this when we rolled out epigenetics, and they heard all these incredible things that Dr. Galvez would talk about. And then we went out, we tried to be scientists, and we tried to get into the weeds about epigenetics. And reality is we knew we didn't need to do that. We don't need to be an expert about things. In fact, it's really to your detriment to do that. Okay? We need to keep the focus on our products, on our opportunity. We are the messenger, not the message. Use third-party tools. And Relive has a bunch of great third-party tools to build our business. Don't try to build your business on your personal expertise. Share, not sell. And I'm very much in favor of this. Most people can't sell, and most people don't want to be sold to. Share information. I came out of the information business. And my responsibility was to provide my clients with the best information I could so that they could make great decisions for themselves, great business decisions. And now that I'm in Relive, that's what I do. When I speak to new people, it's not about selling them on our products. It's not about selling them on our business opportunity. It's about providing them with great information so that they can make a really good decision for themselves. And people will do that, by the way. If you provide them the right information, they then can see the value in what you're offering, and they can make that good decision for themselves. There's no regrets in those kind of decisions, they make those decisions willingly and happily because they see the value in doing it. And so when we use the word share, and I know we kind of substitute share for sell, but the reality is what we're doing is we're going to share some great information and allow that person to make a great decision that works for them. You should be the 30-second messenger and let the third-party tools be the 30-minute commercial. And the third-party stuff is all the stuff that isn't you. So meetings, trainings, events, home parties, conferences, three-way calls, the webinars, the websites, the videos, the flyers, all that stuff that's available to you that Relive has created, or the various venues, like for instance, the Positively Charged. We've had a great series every week of different opportunities to, whether it be to talk about compensation, or we go to training, or we have the short and sweet calls where you have a prospect, you have a new client, put them on a call where they can hear 4 or 5 quick, great stories. All these things have been available to you. You don't have to be the expert. You say, you know what, get on this call with me. That's all you needed to do. Just get on this call with me. You're going to hear some great stories. Love to talk with you about it afterwards and get your impression. That's simple. People can't duplicate you, but they can share third-party information. So if you have a person, as an example, I mean, let's say this distributor is just, their gears are spinning, and they can talk epigenetics, or they can get down into the weeds on CBD and every ingredient that's in the classic, they can go line by line. If that person has been considering the business that you're talking to, and they're going to hear this from you, they're going to go, you know what, I can't do that. I can't be you. I don't have that kind of expertise. I don't even want to have that expertise. So I can't do your business, because if doing this business I have to be like you, I can't do that. So again, keep it simple. You're just there introducing people to the information that's available. What you need to do before you can do what you need to do. And this again, it comes down to a philosophy of success. I'm going to just kind of wrap this up. These are the things you need to do before you can do what you need to do. So I've gone through a lot of different principles this morning, and I want each of you to think about, do you have a philosophy of success? Do you meet the various things I said? Can you check those boxes? Do you fit into each one of those boxes of do you show up? Are you consistent? Do you practice integrity? Are you in it for the long term? Do you have faith and a burning desire to do this, be successful? Do you have a good attitude? Are you willing to show up consistently over a long period of time? Will you be here a year from now? And I think that last question I want you to ask yourself is, would you want you as an associate? Would you want you in your downline? And if you can say to yourself, wow, not really, then you got some work to do. We should be the energy in our downline. We should be the thing that everybody else wants to be, to emulate, to follow. Would you want to be you as an associate? Want you as an associate? So I'm going to do some housekeeping before we wrap up here. Bonuses always, they're going on this month. Top 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. You can add 1,000 of that if your PGPV is over 15,000. And again, be part of the top 3. Promo 1, 2, 3. This is the engine that builds our business, folks. If you're building a customer base, you're building a new consumer base. That promo 1, be part of that. That product credit, man, if you aren't turning that product credit into marketing budget and taking that and rolling it over into building new clients, it's free money. It's free product. Take that product, whether it be Energize Go and you're part of the summer of sampling, or even the little tabs now of Protect. use that free product and roll it into your business as free marketing material to grow your business even larger. Promo 2, get those quick starts. I'm just a little philosophy of my own. There are 4 positions people come into this company, 4 positions. And I do that because I want to make money in this company. I say that unabashedly. I don't do this as charity, and I don't do it just because I have nothing else to do. I want the end result is I want to see my check become stronger. Even now, over 30 years in this business, I want to see my check become stronger. So everything revolves around what's going to make my business more successful. And there's 4 positions I think people come into this business. They come in as a retail consumer. They try these products, 30-day guarantee, try these products, don't like it for any reason, get your money back. They come in as a preferred customer, auto ship, 20%. Do I want to give up 20%? Not really, but you know what? If that person is on auto ship and they're ordering month after month after month, that's consistent volume, and I'll take that consistent volume every time. I'm willing to do that to get the consistent volume from a customer. Do I bring it? Would I encourage people to come right into the company as a distributor? If they really believe that they want to do this as a business, then I bring them in as a quick start. Because if they come in at a quick start and I work with them and I really pay attention to them and work with them as a quick start, and they end up going, you know, I guess it really isn't for me. So now I've got a person at 25% sitting on my books, but they're not at 30 or 35%. They're at 25%. So I'll take that. They gave it a go, and who knows, maybe they'll come back around, or they'll start referring people to me. And who goes to master affiliate? Who goes all the way? The person I've worked with who has demonstrated that they really want to do this business. They really want to do this business. Because if you take somebody to master affiliate and they decide afterwards, you know what, it's just not for me, I'll just order the products from time to time. Now you've got a 40% consumer. So think about that. I know there for a long time there was a philosophy of let's just bring everybody in at distributors because we felt we needed to offer them a higher discount in order to encourage them. You know what? You're in business to be successful. So you have people who want a discount. You know what? That preferred customer 20% auto ship, that's a great place to be. Get these products on a consistent level at a lower price. Happy customer. So that's my philosophy on that. Again, promo 3, bring in a master affiliate. Easy way to make some bonus money right out of the gate. Another promotion, meet me in St. Louis. This is something you want to be part of too. If you should be engaged in. Hopefully you're doing the summer of sampling and you're engaged with Kari and doing that. And I know there are some people who are building an amazing consumer base just on that product alone. And now they're coming out with share cards for the Protect tabs. Again, it's going to be a great way to share these products, get people interested, and build a consumer base. Okay, so to take advantage of this, man, I'd love to be at this lunch with Dr. Galvez, Peter Grisham, and Bob and Aden. It'd be a great opportunity to spend some quality time with them and just really kind of a highlight, I think, of the conference if you could be part of this. Positively charged momentum starter system is changing. This is the schedule you've seen for years, and it's been a great schedule. It's been a great business builder for the people who have taken advantage of it. This program was put together by top distributors with the intention of helping people build their business, and it's been hugely successful and greatly appreciated over time. And it's going to change. As of August 1st, there is a new schedule. So take advantage of these dates on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, twice on Wednesday, and Thursday, Saturday until the end of this month. After that, it's going to change. On August 1st, on the first week of each month, there will be an opportunity meeting and a training. So Tuesday, they'll have the opportunity presentation, and Saturday, there will be a training. Again, this is the first week of each month. Now, each week they'll continue with the coffee chats, the fun and very successful coffee chats, with usually hosted by Mindy and Michelle on Wednesday morning, and then Thursday a great business builder, and it's been a wonderful tool to use, is the short and sweet call Thursday evening, where again you can plug somebody in and hear 4 or 5 great stories, one right after the other. Not a lot of extra fluff to it. You get on, you get off, and then you can talk to your prospect about what they liked about that call. Okay, so this starts August 1st. Start making a note of it. And I'm going to leave you with this one thought of the day. I know I've been redundant on this, and that's kind of been the theme today. The secret of success is to make your mind work for you, not against you. This means constantly being positive, constantly setting up challenges you can meet either today, next week, or next month. And that's brought to you by Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I think we can all agree has been very successful in his life. So that is my thought of the day. I'll leave you with this. Who will you speak to today about Relive? Go out and make it a great Relive day. Talk to somebody new about Relive. Introduce them to these great products, man. And with all the heat going across the country right now, that Energize Go is an amazing product to share. I played golf Thursday and took some to the course, shared some with some other golfers along with the cards that go with them, and it was just a great response from people. So get out there, introduce Relive to somebody today, make it a great day. So with that, I'm gonna end it. Let's go ahead and Sean, if you're still there.
Wow, great training today. I want to thank Richard for all of that information and how to be successful. Really need to be consistent and do action every day. Remember to mark your calendars for conference, St. Louis. It's getting here really quick, and hope that you can enjoy the training. Have a great day. Have a great Relive week. Bye.
See you later.
Thanks, Robert. Bye.